Hey guys, welcome back. On this episode of ProNoobRC, we are getting back under the knife with the SCX24 with the carbon fiber chassis from Team Garage Hack. We've done some mods over the last little bit here. We use a little servo cross, like the 4-way one. We cut it kind of bilaterally in half, so we have kind of like two boomerang shapes to give us these little shock extenders, because we all know the Team Garage Hack chassis holes are large, so you can go through them and use something like this in the back to mount. That's just how they work. If there's any question about them, that's how they were designed to work. I do wish they were a little taller in the rear and we didn't need to add this extension piece. You know, it's easy enough to do, but in a competition setting, you're going to want to lower the center of gravity of the truck like we've done. So in the front, what we've also done is taken the upper shock screw from the chassis where it mounts and brought it up to the mount for the body mount right up there. So that's giving us a nice, much lower center of gravity chassis. You can see when the truck is sitting level on the ground, the frame rails are flat and equal with each other on top. Rear's a little bit lower. We got some different springs we might play with, kind of stiffen it up a bit. Once we get the battery in the front, it's going to change everything. So for now, we're happy with it. We still got that little bit of a rake to the skid plate down low. Everything looking good. So as you can see, we have also stripped out all the electronics on the truck. We got a little something special to throw in there coming up right away. And right now, I just want to finish up this body, show you some details we're doing on it. Once again, I recommend getting a Cricut because we are using the Cricut to final detail the body. The body looks great. You can take a marker, draw your body lines. We've done it in the past. We did it on this body. We're happy with it. Wiped it off. Jesse doesn't let that stuff slide around here, he says. So once again, we got out the Cricut, some vinyl. We got black. We went with gloss because I already had it cut. Simple enough, precision. And all we did was cut these little strips. I think they are 0.2 of an inch, and they're pretty tiny. And all we got to do with those is cut out the line and just start laying them in. It is a permanent vinyl. It is going to stay on there really nice, especially in areas like this where that line is recessed and it tucks right in. And you can go over it with a lighter after and make sure everything is nice and stuck down. And tickety-boo. So we also added a little strip on the bottom there. So basically, yeah, we're getting there. She looks fantastic, all deckled up and such like that. Let me show you how to throw a couple of these lines down. It's pretty simple, not much really explain. I do like to use a hard case for cutting on, as we are working on these foam build mats and they're not cheap. So yeah, if you guys can find one of these Cricut vinyl cutter things, they're super cheap. Like I said, we got, I think, 150 bucks or something like that. I got mine from the wife too, also as a gift. So you can start with a little strip, go a little bit long, and just start laying it in. Now also, you can do this from the inside of the body before you paint it, and then peel them away and paint them black before or after, depending what paint job you're going with. Well, no, you don't want to peel them out after, because you're not going to want to mask off everything and leave that out. That'd be insane, but yeah, so there's many ways you could do with it, but that's a nice little piece of vinyl. You could do some real nice scale damage with that, make things look real good. So these window masks are cut round at the corner, and Iceberg RC actually just hooked us up with another body to do another build on it, and we're going to actually recut the masks that he has square and pointy into all the corners, because Cherokees aren't rounded into the corner, and it's going to look 1,000 times better. And we did learn that his masks, the earlier masks, did actually bleed through when we painted it. So live and learn. The bodies are cheap enough though. We got a second one. So you're going to want to line that up. Now remember, we're going to go past that corner. We're going to bring that back into a point. So my line is going to come down. I'm going to cut it right here actually. We're going to square that off a little bit more because we are going to put some mirrors on it. And now with the knife, you don't want to cut it and put a score. I just put pressure straight down onto it and then just pulled it away and stretched it. I held it on this side, pulled it, stretched it, and it broke. So now this piece here we cut off. Look at that. Boom. Fits almost perfect for the window riser or the window bar in between. Now you can double this piece up to make it look a little bit thicker, as it is a window bar, not just a trim, but this will be good enough. You push down, you can actually see it heal up there when it's when you know it's cut, and you can just pull it away. No slicing, just press down. If you're slicing everywhere, you leave little scratches and little cut marks, and a hard rollover, it can start to crack and break at those. That's also why we sand out the wheel wells, so you get rid of any of the cracking of the Lexan when you cut with the scissors. So. Yeah, so I'm going to shut up, and you guys can just watch me do this on the GoPro. I need to finish doing around the back window. As you can see, this side is already done, and it looks night and day difference, fantastic. So we got some more deckling to do on the doors. We're going to kind of go all out with the deckling on her. Yeah, it looks pretty fantastic. We got some light buckets to build, front and rear. The new body we actually came with decals for the rear. It didn't have any on this one. This was one of the ones we bought last year when we first started cutting them. So he's definitely stepped his game up, and we like to see that. So that's pretty cool. So I'm going to get this going and shut my mouth. Now, the time has come for us to finally be able to start upgrading our electronics in the SCX24. We all know the AE6 combo unit. It's a fantastic unit. You can use it to power your motor. You can use it just as a receiver and plug another ESC and continue on with your day. You could plug a winch into it, as it is a 3-channel with auxiliary ports, as long as you upgrade a radio. So no, the radios do have a 3rd-channel switch. That's right, underneath. That's right. It's a 3-channel combo on a micro. It's a kick butt little unit. You can plug in a second, no, only one servo, right? Yeah, sorry. You only plug one servo, but it's got 2 banks for the LED lights. Like, it's a fantastic unit, but it doesn't crawl slow enough to make anybody happy, and it is only 2S capable. And when you start putting the larger mudslingers, which are like, or not the mudslingers, but the scramblers, they're like another ½ inch taller. They just get stupid. So fantastic unit, but time for an upgrade. So our friends over at FuriTek have decided to send us out the TEGU 3S mainboard for the SCX24 with the Bluetooth module. So we already took a sneak peek in here so we don't come into this completely blind for you guys. They come with fantastic instructions. There's a little QR scan code right there, which will then bring you to the app that runs everything for the ESC. You can calibrate the radio from there, and yeah, let's go through it all. Check it out. There we go. Combo TEGU 3S mainboard for Axial SCX24 with Bluetooth module. Part number FUK 2033. Nice packaging. No complaints there. So inside the contents, you get some salt for your French fries. Perfect. So you've got your dual motor connection wires here, or your brushless. You have 3 motor wire connections. Don't listen to me when I say dual. This is your Bluetooth module that will link to your phone, so you can make all the changes you need to do on the unit. And this is obviously your plug-in to your radio. So as I was saying, with the AE6 unit, you can actually just plug this unit right into auxiliary port 2 and just keep running it with your stock radio and have a really nice ESC and just run it off a stock radio. Simple enough, you don't have to spend any money. The proper way to do it is grab a Spectrum SR215 receiver. You can get a 315 if you're running a winch or running rear steer. We just grabbed a 215, and yeah, we're happy with that. We'll probably mount him down on one side, mount this guy probably on the other on our running boards, and then the battery up top in the front. So maybe this guy like this on an angle. Ooh, look at that. That's going to fit nice. We'll run this guy on this side on the running board because we're having the rock sliders come out. We'll get to those later. And then the battery we'll put right in here. So boom, we got a layout. We're happy with that. I'll take this strap off the back. because that's pointless now. I'll probably end up wrapping him right around here. Pull the battery in the front somehow. Okay, so obviously this ESC is brushless. With brushless, you get 3 motor wires, A, B, and C, instead of just your regular A and B, positive, negative. With the 3 motor wires, you only need to run 2, but it doesn't matter which 2 you run. You can either run these 2 or these 2 kind of next to each other, and that will give the motor different directions. So you kind of want to test it, make sure you're happy with it before you just seal the deal. Now, you may not know, but yes, you can run a brushed motor with a brushless ESC if you have an app or the programming to switch it on there. It won't just pick it up automatically and go. You have to have like the Bluetooth dongle like FuriTek USA has done, which is fantastic because you can make that switch back and forth. We are going to go brushless on this truck. Just FuriTek USA right now is completely out of motors, motor mounts, you name it. SCX24s are on fire right now. They're the hottest truck I think right now there is. We make a video, it gets 1,000 views in a week, you know, so they're fire right now. So definitely get one. You're gonna want one. Now a quick little thing like this, they show you in the manual, might trip you up that you just hook the wires like that. You can actually pull this pin out and you can take your knife, lift these little tabs right here, and this guy is the same, but he's 2 instead of 3. So we're going to depin this block. We're only going to put 2 of these guys in, test it, make sure it's going the way we want, and then just repin it, like pin it in the direction we want. So if it's going to be either this side or this side, if it's going forward right out the gate, we're happy with that. I don't like reversing in the ESC and stuff like that. In the past, it's either you lose something. There's always a trade-off, so it's always best to have everything functioning the way it's set up. So just make sure your motor direction is going the way it is out of the hole. And yeah, I'm gonna get to picking this apart and mounting this stuff up, and we'll come back and start yapping again when we get to the program. Okay, so now that we have the motor wires done, you can plug that in right there, and you can see now that we're using 2 out of the 3, pretty common sense. The port right next to it, I forgot to mention earlier, is a direct fit for the stock battery, which is also really nice. So right now, we just want to get everything tested, hooked up. We've already went ahead and bound the radio to a Spectrum SR215 radio. Now you're just going to plug your steering servo directly into your receiver, of course, and then you plug your TEGU or ESC directly from there into your receiver. Make sure it's in the off position. We've already got the radio bound. I have the radio on, ready to go. We're going to plug that in and then not touch anything, and then we're going to open the Bluetooth app and get that function working. Okay, we got that on. It's leaving. It's just beeping, confirming that it's connected. So okay, so we power that unit up. We get this guy running. You can come through here and find out. Look, right away, boom. We want to go brushed. Switch at brushed. Okay. Car type, crawler. It's a crawler, you see, so it's going to stay there. Apparently it's got a temperature unit. That's pretty cool. And right up here, we just want to check on our firmware update, version 1.20, version 2.1. Let's do an update on the firmware. Wow, that was nice and quick. It says it's happy. So as you can tell already, it looks like the motor direction is going the wrong way. Now we have it set for brushed. Forward reverse, perfect. Voltage cutoff, yes. Motor direction, nice. Startup power there, your max forward, max reverse, max brake, drag brake, and power FOC. Not sure what that is. So we can rotate the motor direction right there. Let's get everything out of the way of the spinny parts. I just want to hear the drive line. Yeah, see, you get more one way than the other. So is that going to be the right way? Yep. Okay, you know what? That worked perfectly, flipping the motor direction. So that is a fabulous little bit of software. And this is kind of nice. We can do it like just right live, just like that. So I can mess with the starting power and see how we want it. That's pretty... You know what I mean? You got that nice crawl, crawl, crawl. And you could give it some snap. And then right here, my favorite, let's put some drag brake in this thing. How does that number go? Ooh, 100. Let's give it 100. Oh, there it is. I don't know what this FOC power is. Anybody else know? Let me know. Yeah, so that's pretty awesome. Right here, max reverse. She's a little low. We're going to crank that up. We might as well go 100% so we can... There we go. Get that power rolling in and out the way we want it. We have our low power startup power. We got max power, max brake, drag brake 100%, and power FOC. So basically we cranked everything right up and just turned down the start power. Okay, this is what I was looking for, you guys. In this channel here, throttle. We want to do a calibration on the radio to the ESC. That's got to be done every time. So we'll start with calibrate. You want to start calibrate, we're going to hit yes. It beeps a couple times. Set 0 speed, then click OK. She's sitting at neutral, we'll hit OK. It beeps once. Set to max speed, then click OK. Hold the throttle wide open. Apparently my radio is only picking up 80%, 86% travel, but hey, we're going to call that 100 now. Now we set max brake. We hit OK. You want to save? Yes. So now you can see live the calibration. If we pick the truck up, now you can see that's 100, that's 100, that's 100, that's 100. So before we were getting 86 and 69, so that's why I went through and done that. Perfect. So yeah, very happy with this setup so far. I'm going to look more into this headlight control module. I'm not sure where that goes into yet. We got to look into that. It's pretty cool though. Okay, now that we've got our ModShop 19 3D printed rock sliders on there, we can start laying this stuff out as we wanted. I do want to put this receiver on this side and the TEGU ESC onto this side. So we got to do a little do-si-do, make sure the wires don't get too twisted up there. We can unplug everything and do it all properly nice. I'm just trying to see kind of how it's all going to land right there. Plus we need a battery. Give me that. So battery needs to sit in there. So these guys sitting back behind the battery would be choice. Right about like that. This guy sitting there. That guy about there. And battery about there. And not interfering with the shock towers at all. So I'm going to put a little spacer in the front, right up in here, and get it laid out like that. So let's get that done. Okay guys, just a quick update. You want to set your LiPo voltage cutoff to 3.2 volts. I was wrong when I said 2.7. I was just in the middle of doing a video. So 3.2 volts is your LiPo voltage cutoff protection for your battery. So 3.2. Set that to that, and that is good. We're gonna get this glued in, and we're gonna put it together, and we're gonna go drive it on the rocks. Okay, well there we have it. As she sits, looking pretty good. We're gonna come back in another video down the road when we make these headlight buckets and taillight buckets. Actually, we have another body we're gonna do a little bit more scale of a paint job on it. This one we just kind of wanted to have fun with. As you guys know, the Dodo, that's just written out there. XJs, they're dying, they're getting harder to find, so we decided to go with the Dodo theme. We're going to redo this into the new body we have from Iceberg RC. It's got a finer line or something like that. It came with a couple other decals, which this one didn't come with. Same 3D printed grill and such, but we're going to go with a little bit lighter color paint job, maybe kind of make some of the definition of the body pop out a little bit better. The gunmetal kind of washed out a lot of the detail in the body, kind of looks like a blob, so we're going to put a couple colors in there and make it pop better next time. So anyway, let's pop this guy open. That was violent. There we go. We got our layout inside. We got our, over here, we got the FuriTek TEGU ESC from FuriTek and HeliDirect USA. And underneath that we have our, that's the Bluetooth module sitting right down there. That hooks to your app, and you can actually control the FuriTek live. Right now the FuriTek is can do brushless, but we are running it brushed to the stock motor right now. So we're running the stock motor still right now in it. I think it's like an 88 turn, yeah, 88 turn, and we like to go to the 90 turns from PN Racing, and we'll get a motor mount from our buddy over at RC. That's RAKHANISHU_RC. You find him on Instagram. He's the guy that makes the motor plates to mount the front mount motor in the front. So we're gonna get into that a little later on. She's set up the way, works good now. We change the battery position to the front. We cut a hole in the plate, put the strap on to hold it in place, and we just mounted the SR215 receiver over here on the side of the what do you want to call it there, rock slider. So simple enough. She's good to go, guys. We got her sitting nice and low. Now I'm going to take this thing outside, and the rest of this video is just going to be trailing on the rocks. Okay, well there we go. That's the first maiden run of the new Dodo ProNoobRC Cherokee build we did in the SCX24, running that new TEGU ESC from FuriTek. The thing is just wild. Nice slow control, a little bit quicker top speed than the factory one. Totally adds a new element to the vehicle. Some good slow control. We'll get some more videos little bit later on, I had redesigned the body mount. I broke the rear body mounts being 3D printed. I'm going to 3D print them not in resin next time, in with the FDM printer. They can have a little more flex. These guys took one tumble and broke, so we got to revise that. So we'll put a video on that coming up soon. And yeah, no, definitely good fun. We had to make a couple changes out on the trail, which was really nice. We just fired up the FuriTek app. We changed a couple things. I'm going to play with the power FOC on the bottom. That's field orientated control. That basically means when you pull up to a rock and you're holding 5% throttle, the truck won't need you to give more throttle to go over the rock. It will just continue to crawl along. So we're just going to keep playing with this, but this is wild that we can change it literally on the fly without doing anything. So yeah, definitely check out the FuriTek TEGU ESC, guys. Yeah, see you on the next one.